I'll hand it to Julie for roll call.
Good morning, everyone. Let me go ahead and start the list. Eileen Caffey.
Here.
Lydia Padilla. Corey Elliott.
Present.
Lakeisha Mathis.
You're the 990. I'll be doing that
Present.
later
Stacy.
today or
Stacy here.
I'm here.
Okay, thank you. Jerry Bowles.
Present.
William Bell. Julie Fickus is here. Sal Valadez.
Sal should be here.
I saw Sal pop in. Sal, are you there? Sherry Tillis.
Did mention that it's with Shirley for review and it will be filed up.
Okay. Kim Chaplin. Mary Lamy.
Present.
Tambra Cross.
Present.
And please correct me if I'm wrong. Is it Kevin Jerami or Kevin?
Yes, it is.
Okay, great. Thank you. Justin Bennett.
Present.
Michael Newton.
Mike, you here?
Oh, present. Sorry, got to unmute myself.
Charlotte Hammond.
Present.
Kendra Holmes. Regina Greer. Danita Neal.
Present.
Michelle Graham.
Present.
Roger Spearman.
Present.
Justin Raimundo.
Present.
Luce Haberberger. Susan Egan. I have
Julie, can we go back to Sal? See if
Yes,
Sal,
I'm
you
so
here?
sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I missed the roll call. I am here. My wife asked me to do something, so I had to jump. And I missed the roll call.
Smart man, Sal. Smart man.
I have concluded my roll call. Thank you.
We have 18 people present, so we have quorum.
All right, thanks. Svetlana, do you mind pulling up the agenda real quick?
Is it showing?
Yes, thank you. All right, everyone. So before we dive into the formal meeting, where this is our meeting annually where we are joined by our chief elected official. So we're excited to be joined by Mayor Tashara O. Jones. Freddie, would you like to do the introduction or I can?
You can go right ahead.
Right. Well, it is an honor to be able to introduce Mayor Jones to this meeting. She has been a major advocate of our work for equitable inclusive growth in the city, but particularly through equitable inclusive workforce development. So I'll just hand it over to Mayor Jones.
Good morning, everyone, and I want to thank all of you for joining today and thank all of our wonderful volunteers for continuing to be on this board, on our workforce development board. You are helping us make decisions that will steer the future of our city, the future of workforce development. And I want to take a moment to show my appreciation for the team at Slate and their fearless leader, Frederica McLeod. You all have been hitting it out of the park and making sure that people are connected to jobs and most importantly, opportunities so they and their families have an opportunity to thrive. So just wanted to come and join you for a little while for your meeting. I won't be able to stay for the whole meeting, but I look forward to celebrating with you all of the highlights that you are about to report. So thank you very much, and everybody have a great rest of the week. Stay cool and stay hydrated. God bless.
Thank you, Mayor Jones. All right, so we'll move forward for our slate staff spotlight. Freddie, can I have you introduce Marilyn?
I don't know if Miss Marilyn is here. Miss Marilyn, are you here with us this morning?
I am. I'm here. I was on by phone at first, and
Okay.
now my computer pulled up. So, but I'm
All
trying to
right.
get my screen to show so you all can see who I am and what I look like. I'm trying to get my camera on, and I don't see me. Let me see.
Well, I will say this while Miss Marilyn is preparing. Miss Marilyn has been with Slate before, and she stepped away for a moment and she came back. I'm so excited to have her back under my leadership. Miss Marilyn is a mover and a shaker. She handles all of our WIOA grants. WIOA adult, WIOA dislocated worker, and WIOA youth, and that is not an easy task, and she does it effortlessly. So I just wanted her to get a moment to just introduce herself so you all can know who she is and the amazing work that she does for us.
Well, how can I follow that, Freddie?
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Miss Marilyn.
Okay, I have been working with this organization for about 10 years now. Before I started working with the city, I was working with some of the contractual employees as far as like St. Louis Community College, MERS Goodwill, and several others. I started off as a youth mentor, and then I moved up to be a program coordinator. And then I left the city. Well, I was with the city and I was on as a compliance officer. And now I'm back as the accounting, working all the WIOA grants. I have a bachelor's degree in business and a master's degree in organizational management. And I'm so happy to be back at Slate, and everything is rolling well. This is a great culture, a great community, and I just enjoy being back here.
Thank you, Miss Marilyn. Back to you, Justin.
All right, thank you. Well, great. Thank you, Marilyn, for offering some background on you and for the spotlight. We're grateful that you have such an ambitious task of managing all of these really complex federal funds. So we appreciate your continued leadership and work on this. All right, so we will move to the approval of minutes. So I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes from the May 28th, 24 meeting.
Mike,
So-
to approve.
Mike first and Aileen second.
Yes.
Great. All right. With that, we will vote to approve. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And abstentions. All right. I'll hand it over to Freddie for her summary.
Good morning, guys. I'm a little under the weather this morning. However, I wanted to take a moment before my executive director summary to commend the Slate staff. For us, the last week of the fiscal year is Staff Appreciation. And this is our opportunity as leadership to just thank OWD, thank the city staff, and thank the EDSI team for all the work that they do. They don't always get the recognition that they deserve. But I just want to take a moment to say that it is my team that shows up for our young people when our young people are stuck in some trying times and need a person that's there for them, to support them, to advocate for them, to keep them out of trouble, to help them find positive alternatives and different things of that nature. It is my team that helps when, mom needs her lights on, or mom needs the water on, or she needs some resources to ensure that the kids are safe and everyone is okay. It's my team that helps with that. It's my team that works alongside Dr. Cross and her team to make sure that our clients get their high school equivalencies, that they get their industry recognized credentials. And so they don't always get the praise on the outside that they deserve, but we wanted to take an opportunity this week to really shine light on the superheroes that we have in this agency that show up every single day with the weight of the world on their shoulders and carrying their problems and things, but still helping other people maneuver through theirs. And so this week is just a small scratch the surface of what we've been able to do and pour back into our staff. Yesterday, we kicked off the week with Be a Kid Day. And so we all wore our favorite cartoon character t-shirts, and we made slime on lunch, and we tie-dyed t-shirts, just something fun for them to do. And we had a candy bar. Today is sports day, so we're a little dressed down in our favorite sports team paraphernalia, and we'll do popcorn and board games over lunch, but just opportunities to just show them how much we care and how much we really appreciate them for all that they do. So to the OWD team, to the city staff, and to EDSI, thank you, because there's no way that I would be able to do the work that I do without you. So I just wanted to highlight that this morning because I am so grateful and so appreciative of the team that I get to work alongside every day. So I just wanted to say that before my executive director summary.
Freddie, this is something that we do in our office when there's celebratory kind of things happening. So I'm going to do it for your slate team.
Thank you, Charlotte.
Thank you
guys.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. This morning on our agenda, you guys will have the summary of the committee meetings. All three committees met. Their minutes are attached, so you all can know what was discussed in those meetings. We also have our St. Louis City labor force statistics, as we always do. Thank you for Ray for collecting those and getting those to us. The third thing on our agenda is our fiscal monitoring report of our subrecipient. As you all know, you all voted to contract with Armanino LLP. Armanino is our fiscal monitoring agent. They come in and they do the fiscal monitoring of EDSI. And so this year was a little different. They did EDSI. They're doing father support as another one of our subrecipients, STL Youth Jobs, and St. Louis Public Schools. And so they started their first set of monitoring on EDSI for our WIOA programs. Jobs League, Skill Up, TANF, and Skill Up F&S. We are so excited to report that there were no findings or areas of concern for the fiscal monitoring from Armanino to EDSI for those programs. Both of those reports are attached, stating that there were no reportable findings or areas of concern. So hats off to Larry, Sam, and Shakima for all of their great work with EDSI, and Heather. Heather is the accountant that handles all of the EDSI projects that we have. So thank you guys so much. New business this meeting, approval of authorization to enter into an agreement with the state. We do not have the agreement as of yet. However, in order for us to move forward, we have to get a vote from you all to be able to enter into an agreement with the state for our WIOA projects this year. So that is on the agenda. Our one-stop 12-month plan is on the agenda as well. I want to give a huge shout out and congratulations and thank you to our one-stop operator. Our one-stop operator, Rebecca Ritter. She is amazing. She works very diligently to create a 12-month plan. I remember on the WISP meeting, Sherry said, "Whoo, this is a lot." And so Becky does it effortlessly every year. So thank you so much for putting this together. It is the key objectives, goals, and strategies that we will work towards this year for program year 24-25. And that is all Rebecca Ritter. So thank you. That is here for you today. Hopefully you have reviewed it so we can move forward with approving it. Also too, we have done this before. Last year, you all agreed to move forward with EDSI as our Title I services and discretionary grant provider. However, it was not specifically stated in the motion. Although I know that it was your intention, we wanted to make sure that it is specifically stated in the motion that they will continue to operate their programs for an additional 2 years with us. And so I wanted to put this back on the agenda so we can have the exact wording of the motion to ensure that we don't have any legal issues or anything. And so that is here. It is the recommendation that the Local Workforce Development Board approves EDSI as the subrecipient. It lists those programs. And then to enter into execute an agreement with them for 2 more years. And it lists the programs. We owe adult, dislocated worker, youth, one-stop services, and those discretionary grants that they currently operate. So just to make sure that we are clear, we don't have any legal issues or anything, I wanted to put that back on the agenda to get the specific wording for that motion. And then number 7 here is our budget memo. We met with the Finance Committee. Thank you, Charlotte, so much for your leadership. Corey is the immediate past chair of the Finance Committee. Thank you for your leadership and everyone that is on the finance team. We have the budget memo. We have our WIOA allocation this year. So we are being, there is a decrease in funding for us by 7% from last year to this year. This year we're receiving $2,016,227 as compared to the previous year's $2,172,246. And so I wanted to be able to bring that forward to you all for a vote. We do not have any amounts yet for our discretionary grants. So we are waiting on DSS, we are waiting on ARCHES and a few others to include into the budget memo. However, I need to present to you all what our WIOA allocation is to take a vote or get a vote from you all. So that is here for our budget memo, and that pretty much completes my executive summary if you all don't have any questions.
Any questions? All right, hearing none. Thank you, Freddie, for that summary. Looks like we have a busy new business meeting. So looks like we don't have a consent agenda unless there's any items anyone from the board wants to submit for the consent agenda. Hearing none, as Freddie described, we have attached the summary of committee meetings, including discussion on authorization of the which I've signed the annual agreement on the OWD. The Finance Committee met, Executive Committee met. So it doesn't look like we have any specific items to cover there, but as Freddie described, we have those attached, as well as the St. Louis City workforce statistics. So I think we can move into, I believe, the and then also the fiscal monitoring report for the subrecipient is attached as well. So encourage everyone again to look at those items. If you have any questions, please raise them. And I think we can move further down, Svetlana.
Do we want to do acceptance of consent agenda?
Oh, yeah, yes.
That would be right here.
I believe there are no items on the consent agenda, but I'll entertain a motion to approve or accept the consent agenda.
I move to accept. This is Eileen.
Thanks, Eileen. Great. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Great. Opposed? Abstentions? Great. All right, here is our very full regular agenda with new business. So we have the approval and authorization to enter into agreement with the state. The annual agreement serves as the formal contractual agreement between the Office of Workforce Development and St. Louis City's Workforce Development Board, or SLATE. This agreement provides the terms and conditions in which SLATE as the subrecipient must comply for the program year of 2023. This is presented to the board and to authorize me to sign the agreement on the board's behalf. So I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved. This is Charlotte.
Thanks, Charlotte. Do we have a second?
Second, this is Corey.
Thanks, Corey. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Great. Opposed? Abstentions? All right. Next item is the one-stop strategic 12-month plan. All right, so it's here. The strategic plan addresses the key objectives, goals, strategies, and actions, key partners, stakeholders, leading entities, resources, and funds needed, and metrics to address various areas within the agency and to ensure success, that the agency meets or exceeds these goals and projections mentioned in the strategic plan. All right, so I will entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
All right,
Second,
thank you.
Benita.
Thank you. All right, I know this was an item that had some discussion last time around, so is there any discussion needed here? Hearing none, unless someone's jumped in, I'll go ahead and raise the vote. So all those in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? All right, that passes. The next item is the sub-recipient permission to serve as the WIOA Title I Services and Discretionary Grant Provider. So as we described here before, this is largely to ensure that we have the proper language documented. So I'll go ahead and read this out. EDSI currently serves as the WIOA Title I Career Services Provider of WIOA Adult, Dislocated Worker, and WIOA Youth programs. They also serve as the service provider for several of the discretionary grants of this agency. It's recommended that the board approves EDSI as a subrecipient for the WIOA Adult, Dislocated Worker, and Youth programs, and to approve the executive director, subject to approving the contract to form by legal counsel to enter into and execute an agreement with EDSI as a subrecipient for 2 more years for WIOA Adult, Dislocated Worker, Youth One-Stop Services, and those discretionary grants the organization currently oversees. All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved. This is Charlotte.
Thanks, Charlotte. Do we have a second?
Second, this is
Second.
Corey.
Thank you. Corey, I heard. All right, but thank you all. Any discussion needed here? Hearing none, I'll go ahead and move us into the vote. So all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions?
Abstain. Tambra.
Thank you, Tambra. All right, so with that, the motion passes.
Mr. Chair, so
Okay.
the second was Corey or is it Eileen?
I think I heard Corey, but they both
Corey.
said second. So however you want to document that.
Shall we do Corey?
Sure, yes.
Corey
Sure.
second? Okay. Right, thanks. And I'm sorry, but Sherry Tillis, I think at some point raised a hand. I don't know if she still has a question.
I think she's voting by hand.
Ah,
Yeah, Sherry's voting by hand.
okay. That explains it. Thank you.
Great. So the budget memo for the program year 24-25. So the program year 24-25 preliminary budget reflects a decrease of 7% from last program year formula funds. The total WIOA allocation for program year 24-25 is more than 2 million as compared to the previous fiscal year's allocation of just a little bit more than that. I'm reading it out just so want to assume that folks have this on their screen. Slate is currently awaiting awards from all of their discretionary grants and provide an updated budget memo once those awards have been received. The memo does not include carry forward funds not spent last year because the agency is in the process of closing out the current program year. Therefore, the carry forward will be reported later this year. Slate recommends acceptance and approval of the program year 24-25 preliminary budget and requests additional approval once all funds have been awarded to the organization. So I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Eileen, motion to approve.
Thank you, Eileen. Do we have a second?
Second.
Mike?
Yes.
All right. Okay, we'll go with Mike. All right. Any discussion needed here? Hearing none, we'll move into the vote. So all those in favor say aye.
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 And opposed? Abstentions. Okay, motion passes. Okay, we're now in reports. So just so you know, surveys can be found in the portal, and then we'll move into matters from the board. So I'll open the floor if there's any matters from the board.
This is Sal. Just a
Yeah.
quick question, Justin.
Mhm.
Could we, I understand you appointed folks to the committee. Could you give us an update to what committee I'm talking about?
Yeah, the Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Accessibility Committee. So this is thank you, Sal, for raising. I'll pause here. So I believe we've appointed everyone that has expressed interest to the committee. And I believe that now you all are open to have committee meetings. I might pause here and maybe we can raise this offline, but I think the first thing is that we probably want to identify a chair of that committee, unless I don't believe that's happened yet. If not, I can handle this offline, but I think I would, Sal, if you're interested, I'd love to name you as the chair of that committee.
I'm interested in being on the committee, and I would recommend that the committee appoint a chair, if that's okay with you.
Absolutely.
Vote on. Yeah, if we could get a list eventually of who the members are to everybody, that'd be great.
Great.
Thanks. Thank you.
Svetlana has a list of everyone.
Yeah.
Rebecca Ritter on our end will be the staff that will be charged with the task of leading those meetings or supporting you all with those meetings. So Becky will reach out to those that are on the list that Svetlana has to see when it's good for you all to have your first meeting. And then in your first meeting, you all can appoint a chair and handle business moving forward. And then we'll make sure too that you all's report, our meeting minutes are a part of our committee meeting minutes that we have on the agenda for each board meeting. Does that work?
Yes, that sounds great to me. Hopefully the committee agrees. And then what I'm hearing is Rebecca will reach out to help us get scheduled with the first conversation. So I'll make sure to join for that first meeting and make sure that we have a chair appointed. But thank you all for your continued moving of this project forward. And this is, as we've described, a really important committee to ensure that there's equitable access to the services that Slate provides. With that, I'll also just continue to encourage folks to consider beyond just your board service on these committees. So that we have the WISP committee, we have the finance committee. As we described, that one's very active. So thank you for both of these committees, and now this third Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, Accessibility Committee. I just want to thank the chairs of those committees, particularly, as well as those participants, because that's really helping us move the work of the board forward. So if you have any questions, feel free to raise them. You can reach out to Freddie or Svetlana as your interest arises on serving on committees in addition to serving on the board, because again, that helps just us move everything forward. So I'm not hearing any other matters from the board. I'll hand this over to Freddie.
The only matter that I have is I want to send Jerry Bowles. Jerry is on the call. A huge congratulations. We went to MOD at the end of April, and I didn't get an opportunity, I don't believe, at the last board meeting to highlight Jerry. Jerry was an award recipient. Jerry, are you here?
I am.
Jerry was an award recipient. Jerry, can you tell everyone what was the prestigious award that you received at MOD this year?
So it's hard for me to accept these kinds of things because I don't go into my workday every day thinking about what could I get out of this. So I was in major shock and actually I think I broke down in tears at one point in time, and I'm thankful I didn't have to make a speech, but it was the Workstone Keystone of the Year award, and it was something that was voted on by my peers, and to know that my peers think that much of me is very humbling, and it's an honor. And every day, my only goal every day is to make a difference in someone's life, whether that is to help them find the right tools they use to serve the customers, be their support when they have a bad day, or help them put out a fire that they are immersed in and they can't figure out on their own. I love what I do. I am a recipient of the great services offered through the American Job Centers. I was on unemployment at one point in time. I did go in for a RISA appointment and learn about all the opportunities offered through the American Job Centers. I wish I had known about it before I took out a whole bunch of student loan debt to get my degree. But it's not hard to sell something that you know and believe in and that it works. And I am truly honored and blessed to work with such amazing people in my day-to-day lives to sit on this great board. Freddie, you do amazing things. And I can't say that enough. What you do and the passion you bring to it, it carries forth into all of the people that you work with. So thank you.
Thank you, Jerry.
Well,
And that-
congratulations again, Jerry. Oh, sorry, Freddie.
No. You go right ahead, Justin.
All right. Well, yes, congratulations. Seeing some in the chat. Congratulations, Jerry. What an amazing honor, and it's a privilege to serve alongside you.
Yeah,
All right.
congratulations.
Are there any matters from the public? I'm not sure, Svetlana, if we had any members of the public join.
Yes, we have Dartil Gray. Dartil, you can speak right now. Would you introduce yourself to the board and just make a comment if you ask a question if you need?
Well, this is Reverend Darrell Gray. I don't know if you could see me. I'm not sure that my name is spelled correctly, but I think that's my fault. It's Darryl. I just wanted to come on. I'm a new appointee to the Missouri Workforce Development Board, appointed by the governor. The staff forwarded me the information that you would be meeting this morning. And although I'm at a conference in Dallas, Texas, I felt that I didn't want to miss an opportunity to at least sneak out of the conference and find a room and listen to what the board was discussing this morning. I'm looking forward over the next week or so, couple of weeks, to sit down with your executive director. Of course, I know all about her great works, and possibly to meet with the chair of the board to see how I can be helpful as a resident of St. Louis to the citizens of St. Louis, serving in this capacity. And so I just wanted to introduce myself. I didn't have much more to say. I am committed to community service. I understand the critical need around workforce development, particularly in what we've identified as underserved communities. And I look forward to contributing and helping out and being, I would hope, a great representative for St. Louis City and St. Louis County. So thank you very much for the opportunity to speak, and I'll just be quiet now.
Well, thank you, Reverend Gray. Appreciate
Thank you.
Your participation in this conversation, particularly doing double duty while you're out of town. And thank you for your service on behalf of the state on the State Workforce Development Board.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Chair.
All right. I see. Is Sal's hand up, or I saw it was?
Yeah. I just wanted to pop in and say hello to Dr. Dr. Daryl Gray, who's a tremendous, tremendous advocate for everyone
Yes, he
in
is.
our state and our region. And it's very nice to hear his voice. We'll catch up soon, Dr. Gray.
Yes, well, thank you again, Reverend Gray, for your participation. All right, that looks like there are no more matters from the public. Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Oh, motion to adjourn.
Great. Do we have a second? Sorry.
Danita, maybe?
Second.
I say.
Charlotte?
Okay, great. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, abstentions. Lovely. All right, thank you all so much. We will see you next time. Appreciate it.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you,
guys.
guys.
Well done,
Thank
Freddie.
you.
Thank you, and thank you,
Bye-bye,
Freddie.
everybody.
Is
Thank
Bye-bye,
you,
everybody.
guys. Have a
Larry
good one.
Melf still on here? Larry? No, okay.
I think he jumped off, Tambra.
All righty, thank you.
All right, have a good one, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a good one.